Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Melissa and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. One of my tips is to add beans and or lentils to meat to kind of bulk it up. The good thing about beans and lentils is ingredient wise, they really do complement beef really well. Um, the if you look at the nutrient profile where meat is where the beef is lacking, the beans have those nutrients and vice versa. So for example, we all know meat really not high in fiber. Beans obviously are. Can't remember, like, the selenium and the magnesium and all of that, but I just found it really interesting when I was actually doing research for this video. I found like a graph, and when you saw the graphs next to each other, because it would like have the circle graphs of ingredients and minerals and vitamins and stuff, and you would see them next to each other, and where the bean had a high percentage, the meat had a low percentage, and vice versa on most ingredients. So I'm going to show you how to cook beans from dry. Well, I mean, they've been soaking for 24 hours now, but I have 3 beans in here. I have the red beans, the pinto beans, and black beans somewhere. Black beans. So I'm really hoping, I probably should have cooked these separately if I'd been thinking and then put them together. Because black beans are significantly smaller than kidney beans, and pinto beans are kind of right in the middle. But we're going to give it a try and see how it goes. The goal is to, they're not going to really be flavored because they are going to be flavored when I cook them with the meat and the seasonings and the tomato paste and bouillon then. So we're just going to kind of do a very basic, here's how to cook them, boil them, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and rinse these off, and then I will take it to the stove and get started. Okay, so I just have 3 cups of water. I'm going to turn on the burner to bring it into boil. I find it interesting, like the pinto beans took on some of the color from the black beans and the kidney beans. Like, so this is a kidney bean, but it's kind of speckled like the pinto beans. So they all kind of took on this like really interesting melded color of each other. So we will see how that all goes. But I'm just going to put them in there, let it come to a boil, and stir it every so often. Okay, so the beans are done. I don't know, maybe doing them all together wasn't the best idea because it definitely took a little longer for the kidney beans to get done. But then, like, I don't know, I feel like they're all weird because there's some of the pinto beans took longer and some of the black beans took longer. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to let them cool, and then I will take them out, refrigerate them, and then, I mean, in theory, it should be okay. I mean, it's just kind of how they look. And since I'm going to be putting them with, trying to think, oh, with like, ground beef and tomato paste for like pasta, and freezing them in individual portions, I think I'll be okay. So the beans ran anywhere from, I want to say the pinto beans were like $1 a pound, and the kidney beans were like $2 a pound, and black beans were around $1.50 a pound dry. And I used around 50 grams of each, which I think is like, I don't know, maybe a tenth-ish of a pound if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look. I think like 450 grams is a pound, so a ninth-ish. So I will be able to stretch the beef because that will essentially double the uh, weight or so of my beef. So the beef was $2 a pound, and the beans were, you figure, let's say 40 cents a pound, maybe. I mean, not even. So that'll definitely increase the volume. And so it's making my $2 ground beef even cheaper. You can also do this with, I've done it with the ground turkey that I got for like $1.50 a pound. So I am now at the point where I realized that I will have spent approximately $100 on my ground beef for the year, and that's for all the burgers I'll need, the chili, the meatloaves, the to add to pasta and stuff. So that's pretty exciting in my opinion. And then chicken, I go through about 2, sometimes 3 pounds a week, and I get that for like $1 a pound. So you're looking at roughly 10-ish dollars a pound that I'm spending on protein every week for the two of us. Or, maybe $5 or not no, not even 10. So 3, yeah, oh yeah, like $5 or so a week that I'm spending on protein. So that's roughly $250, $260 a year that I'm spending. And if I start catching fish too, then it'll be even cheaper. And I plan on getting some worms and putting them in my gardens anyways. And then I'll also like kind of harvest worms for fishing from my garden. So I feel like I have a pretty good start. So even if everything goes to hell, I feel like I have enough food to survive for quite a while with very minimal purchasing, especially once my garden gets going. So if I can successfully keep up at this rate and my garden is successful, then I am looking at getting to a point where my total grocery bill for the year, if all goes right, I could get my grocery bill as low as like $500 to $700 a year at current prices, which would be a really good thing. So I think that's pretty much where I'm at now. And like I said, I have a lot. I mean, and granted, like there's a lot of stuff that I've been buying that I should probably stop buying. Like I do buy carbonated water, like sparkling water and stuff, which definitely takes up money in the grocery bill. But the more I do, like honestly, the $1.98 a pound, 85.15 ground beef really kind of set it in there for me. I could have also gotten another turkey breast for 99 cents a pound, and if you look at that video, it definitely saved me a ton. So figuring out the bean thing is huge. And I'll keep on working on it and getting better at it, but actually pretty happy with how it turned out. So maybe part of the trick is to wait to season it. Maybe sometimes seasoning it too soon affects how the beans cook. But anyways, again, my name's Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. I'm also sharing frugal recipes along the way, and this is how I cooked dried beans to add to meat, and I'll have like all the totals and stuff at the end when I cook the different meat to freeze and put in the freezer, because I have so much ground beef. And then I also have other plus is that I have 3 different rain checks right now for it. So I have another 12 pounds of ground beef that I have available on rain checks. So I feel like I'm in a good spot right here right now as far as protein goes. And I really I really I mean, like, I know I'm good at grocery shopping and stuff and being frugal, but I was really kind of wondering, because a lot of the sales that I depend on throughout the year seem to not be happening. So it kind of made me nervous, but I'm seeing that I am figuring it out and I am still getting by. If you lived in the Chicagoland area, or if you live in, hopefully you were able to get some of the 85.15 pub burgers that were like 99 cents for an 8-ounce burger, and change that around. If not, you can still definitely make your meals more affordable. My goal is to eventually get it to the point where my meals are around $1 a serving or less. I mean, a lot of the time they are. Honestly, most of my meals are, but I really want to kind of get to that point so that there aren't so many worries. But anyways, again, my name is Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.